What to do, what to do. Let's go walk around. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go walk around the desert and just see where is the best place to get the sand from. I mean, what I can do is I can just shovel one layer of sand off the top of the entire desert, right? And then I would pretty much keep the same shape of the desert, and you wouldn't even notice it if I just do that. Everything would just be one block lower, and it won't change the shape of the desert at all. I wonder if that's a good idea. It's like a bit of a cop-out, because I mean it's like I can't decide where to get it from, so we just get it from the whole thing and not make any decisions yet. But maybe that's fine. Maybe we don't need to make decisions just yet. The problem is we'll lose the dry grass. You know those little things in the desert? We'll lose that stuff from the top of the desert. Not that it's a big, deal. We can always just replant the cactus. We need cactus anyway, so we can just kind of take the cactus and then replant the ones that we pick up. So remove this bit. Let's just walk this way. I haven't walked this way very much. I've walked that way. There's a village that way. I don't know if you remember. There's a village that way. Like there. There's a pyramid that way. There's another pyramid out here, I think. We just walk around once and see if there's any place in particular that we really want to just get rid of. I can't imagine it, so I don't think there is. And yeah, and then the other option is to take one block of sand off the entire place, which is an interesting concept. Like you lower the entire desert by one block. I've cleared that desert, right? I mean the temple, the desert temple there. I've cleared the loot out of that, I think. I mean there are like desert mountains or like desert hills. I guess they're not really hills, they're like kind of dunes. Nothing. And the problem is the sand's not very deep neither. Like if I dig down right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and even that is pretty much sandstone. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's only 4 blocks deep. So if I start a massive quarry, I'd just be strip mining off the surface anyway. If I just want the sand, which is what I want. So it's not like I can just kind of dig out a small area and get the stuff. No, it's always gonna be like a huge surface. There's a village there and a village there, huh? And they're both outside the boundary, so they don't get my protection. Yeah, so no matter what I do, I'm gonna have to like skim a lot of sand from the top of somewhere. And if I do it all in one place, then I'll dig down to the stone, or the sandstone. Whereas if I just kind of skim off the entire area of the desert, then I'll just take off sand off the entire place and then you won't notice it much. Maybe I'll do that. I think I'll do that. Just skim it off the top of the entire desert. Or I can take red sand from the mesa. Is that a good idea? Also, can you plant these things at all? Can you silk touch these things? Let me just look at the wiki. What is this? Tall grass? Grass, a dead bush. Okay, not a solid block. Acidic plant that does not obstruct movement. Bone meals can be used on grass block to grow grass, but then this is like a desert thing. Oh wait, dead bush appearing in desert biomes. Oh my bad, that's a different thing apparently. So the dead bush, known as shrubs, was spawned on sand, red sand, podzol, and hardened clay in desert mesas, mega tigers, and the swamps. Alright. Only use aesthetic decoration can be placed in the flower pot. They do not spread, cannot be grown from bone meal. Oh, shears. Shears must be used to pick them up. So if I destroy them, they're gone forever. That's a real shame. But you can pick them up using shears. So I can pick them up and put them back down again. Maybe I'll do that. Bring shears and just pick them up, put them back down. Same thing with the cactus, except for every, growing cactus I replace, I harvest 2 blocks of cactus from it. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. So we're gonna have to preserve the dead grass. That's kind of funny, actually. Doesn't look very appealing, but if I remove all of it, then we lose them forever, and you can't get them back. But shears are easy. I mean, it's just 2 iron blocks. I've got renewable iron now, so I'm pretty happy to do that if I have to. But here, like if I shave a block of sand off here, what happens is, let's see, how deep is this? 1 block only, alright. So then where the desert biome meets the mesa biome, it will step down by 1 block. That might be a little bit strange. Or I can just... I'm pretty sure I can think of something. So the options are to keep it looking... like keep the desert looking as much like it is right now as possible. Or to strip mine an area down to the sandstone. And just not worry about how it looks in the desert. I think I'll do the former option, just because I don't know what I'm going to do with this place later on. See, like if I know where I want to build... I think there might be a cave down here. If I know where I want to build, then I would just dig the sand out from where I'm going to build. But I don't know where I'm going to build, so I'm not... or there's torches in here, I've already been here. Also, there's a staircase. Like, I don't know what to do with desert, or I don't know what I will do with the desert in the future, so I'm gonna have to try to preserve it as it is as much as possible. I mean, there's no obvious place that I want to destroy, right? What is this? Like, why are there 2... Alright, there's a cave down there, we know that. And yeah, so that's just gonna be me harvesting sand, which I'm not gonna record most of it. I doubt there's gonna be anything interesting for you guys to watch. And then after that, I'm gonna make the glass and build the thing. And again, I'm not gonna show much of that neither, because you've already seen me build the thing in dirt. Building the thing in glass is gonna be pretty much the same thing. So there's just gonna be a lot of chores. There's not gonna be any like designing, which means it's not going to be all that interesting. So, yeah. Oh, the water. I guess I can't really take the sand from, like, here, because it's a bit awkward to lower the water. Maybe... okay, what is this? 63. So I guess the 63 layer I'm just going to leave and not touch. So that reduces the amount of sand we're going to get from this. Because it'd be weird if I just kind of dig away like around the lakes, and then the lakes are like above the floor of the desert. That's a bit strange, right? So we're not going to do that. We're going to leave the entire 63 level of sand intact. That's going to avoid the lava there. And you know, for things like that, what's down here? I guess I can remove those, it's not a big deal there. It's a bit strange. Yeah, I mean, I don't wanna ruin the desert in any way. So we'll, alright, so I've made a decision. We're gonna skim the sand off the top of the desert in a way that mostly preserves the appearance of the desert. And I'm 100% sure we'll have enough sand if I do the whole thing. I don't know if I'll do the whole thing, because it's quite a lot, right? But you know, compare the size of the tower with the size of the desert, you can tell already that the desert is bigger. Much more than twice as big, so we're gonna get enough sand from this for sure. This is interesting. The desert actually bends around here. Let me just have a look at this. Oh, that's right, because there's a desert between the mesa and the the savannah as well. Or the savanna. Let's see how far this goes. I think there's always going to be a strip of desert between the two biomes, because the mesa is always surrounded by deserts unless there's ocean, I believe. Actually, no. Well, actually, yes, but it gets quite narrow here. Maybe I can just, like stop there and leave the sand there alone, because it's a bit strange there. It's quite narrow there. Alright, so we can just kind of come to here and then stop at this point, and then keep digging out there. Alright, so I'm going to be shoveling. Yeah, I'm just going to be shoveling for days and days. And unfortunately, there won't be very many videos while I do that. So if you like Minecraft, maybe, or maybe I just do a little bit something else every weekend or something, just so that I can regain some sanity instead of just shoveling all day. Take a break every weekend and then do something interesting. I can do that, just so that you guys get to see other Minecraft and I'm not just shoveling every single day for hours and hours. But we do need a lot of sand, so and that's just the 3 lower petals. There's still the upper petals to consider. Well, this is the price you pay for doing massive projects. You need to gather the resources. And also occasionally people talk about I should just build this stuff in creative mode. I mean, it's too easy. I know, like shoveling sand is kind of boring, but then using creative mode is also boring because it's too easy. Like you're not having to think about this stuff. You just build it, and then it's like you build it and you don't. I don't know. I don't feel like I've achieved anything if I build massive projects in creative mode, because it's like I don't know. It's too easy. Like you're just kind of magically creating resources out of nothing, out of thin air. You're just kind of pulling it out of your inventory. Oh look, there's a massive glass tower. Where did the glass come from? Who cares? No, I don't know. It feels wrong to me. It feels off to me. Like it doesn't feel right. Maybe it's just me, or I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know. Maybe you feel differently. I personally just feel like it's not enough of a challenge. It's not enough of a challenge if I just use creative mode. Like, playing games in God mode. Or, giving yourself all the guns and ammo. Sometimes I do that. I mean, if the game is ridiculously difficult, I'll cheat. I'll use walkthroughs, I'll exploits. Sometimes I do that, but only if it's too difficult. Like but Minecraft is not difficult enough, in my opinion. So I make it more difficult by sticking to survival. Anyway, I'll stop rambling. I've made my decisions. And I need, what was that? Like 9 large chests of sand before we can start building this thing in glass. Alright, I guess I'll stop rambling and there's not much more to say. And then we've walked around the whole desert and there isn't really any place that I just want to destroy. So we'll skim 1 layer of sand off the entire thing. And I guess the next time you'll either see me shoveling sand or I'll just be doing something different. Oh look, there's a cave down there. There's a dungeon down there. Hey look! Dungeon! Alright, let's go. Let's go, guys. Let's just kind of staircase down a little bit. I should get my weapon out. No. Okay, get my weapon out. I see you, dungeon. I see you. There's probably hostile things down here. Yep, skeleton, I see you. No. Come on. Come on. Where are you? Where? Here you are. Here you are, I see you. Okay, I need to get further down. Well, that's a problem, there's sand up there. Let me just drop a block of sand there. Put the torches down. Oh, there's a cave. That should be enough light in there. Let's just put some light in there so that... that's not much of a cave, is it? Let's put more torches down there just in case. Alright, we're secure. Ha! No more spawning for you. Well, that's interesting. There's like sandstone there, except for a gap. What is that? Iron horse armor, iron ingots, bread, saddle, string, and a music disc. It's not really that interesting, the loot. Alright, well there we go, we looted that dungeon. It is a skeleton dungeon, which means we can turn it into a bone and arrow and bow grinder. A mob grinder. Get the resources from that, and maybe even like an experience grinder from that as well. It's fairly close to the surface, that's good. You can always use more arrows and bones. Maybe not bones, but arrows. Because I use that as my primary weapon, you can see there. You can always use more experience. Alright, well, I guess I'll stop the video here. I need to rearrange my inventory. I mean my storage, as I said. The torches column doesn't really hold anything, so I'm just going to remove the torches column, combine that with the coal and redstone column, and then move the, and then split the animals and plants byproducts out into 2 columns. And then I'll start shoveling sand. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video, whenever that might be.